would you do that to us, bro? And you know we out here, you know how hard it was for us to go out here and get this school to fight for y'all.
Michael Carneal was 14 years old when he walked into the lobby of Heath High School in Paducah and opened fire on a prayer group. He killed 3 students and injured 5 others.
65 years in prison. That's what a Polk County judge decided today at the sentencing hearing for Preston Walls.
I am very sorry for what I did, and I have to live with it every day. And that if I were to get a second chance, I would do everything in my power to try to
Life sentence reactions of school attack offenders. School shooters can get really unpredictable when faced with their final sentence. Here are a few court reactions of convicted school shooters. Ethan Crumbley. First on our list is Ethan Crumbley, the teen who admitted to killing 4 classmates at just 15 years old.
I'd like to thank you for letting me speak, Your Honor. We are all here because of me today, of what I did. My actions were because of what I chose to do. I could not stop myself, but I am the one who led to why we are here today. I do not diminish any ability to anyone who could have stopped me, of anyone of a school or parents. They did not know, and I did not tell them what I planned to do, so they are not at fault of what I've done.
Crumbley attended Oxford High School in Michigan. 4 days prior to the shooting, his father purchased him a 9mm handgun as a Christmas gift. Video later showed Ethan smiling at a gun range, firing the same weapon he would soon use on fellow students. A teacher eventually found disturbing drawings on his math worksheet, images of guns, bullets, blood, and phrases like, "blood everywhere. The thoughts won't stop. Help me." The school contacted his parents, but they refused to take him home. Barely 2 hours later, Ethan retrieved the gun from his backpack and began firing, killing 4 students and injuring 7 more, including a teacher. In the interrogation room, his mother broke down in tears as the reality of what had happened became clear.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
His legal team attempted an insanity defense, but prosecutors demonstrated that he had carefully planned the attack. Crumbley pleaded guilty to all charges. Meanwhile, his parents went on the run. A statewide search ended when authorities found them hiding inside a Detroit warehouse. They were later convicted of involuntary manslaughter, the first parents in U.S. history held criminally responsible for their child committing a mass shooting. At sentencing, Ethan addressed the court.
What I've done. I am a really bad person. I have done terrible things that no one should ever do. I have lied, been not trustworthy. I've hurt many people, and that's what I've done, and I'm not denying it, but that's not who I plan on to be. Whatever sentence it is, I do plan to be better than I am. I don't know if you'll believe that, but records in 15, 20, 25 years can show that it will change. Because it may not show it now with only 2 years of records, but I am trying. And all I want is for the people I hurt to just have a final sense of culpability, that justice has somewhat been served in any capacity that they can recognize it with. Any sentence that they ask for, I ask that you do impose it on me, because I want them to be happy.
The judge showed no mercy, sentencing him to life in prison without parole at just 17. Michael Carneal. In the case of Michael Carneal, a major reaction came after 25 years of the sentence being passed. Michael Carneal entered his school lobby on the morning of December 1st, 1997. The time was 7:14 a.m. A prayer circle had just ended. Students were bowing their heads when Michael, shaking but collected, drew a stolen .22 pistol and opened fire. He killed 3 students and injured 5 others. When officers arrived, Michael set the gun down and whispered, "Kill me. Please, just kill me." Investigators later discovered he had brought a shotgun, a rifle, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition, suggesting he had planned a larger attack before losing nerve.
And opened fire on a prayer group. He killed 3 students and injured 5 others. He received a life sentence with the chance for parole after 25 years, and now that time has come. His attorneys reminded the parole board he was 14 and suffering from undiagnosed schizophrenia. He has been in ongoing mental health treatments while
The Heath High School shooting is rarely discussed outside Kentucky, but many researchers consider it a significant turning point, one of the earliest examples of teenage shooters inspiring others. Some experts believe Carneal's attack influenced later perpetrators, including Kip Kinkle and even the Columbine gunman. Preston Walls. Next is Preston Walls, who at 18 opened fire inside Starts Right Here, an Iowa youth program built to help struggling teens. A place designed for redemption became a crime scene. Walls entered the center armed with a gun and began shooting without warning. 2 students were killed, and program founder Will Keeps was critically injured, but he fled with the help of a getaway driver. But police arrested him shortly after in nearby woods. Walls claimed he believed the victims were planning to attack him. Before sentencing, he addressed the court.
Family members of Carr and Dameron had one final chance to address Walls, and Walls had his last chance to own up for his actions.
My actions have changed Will's life and the lives of Rashad and Gianni families forever.
As Walls cried, guilty of second-degree murder, guilty of voluntary manslaughter. He received 65 years in prison, with a minimum of 40 years before potential release.
The sentence carries a maximum of 65 years in prison and a minimum of 40 years.
Nicholas Cruz. Finally, we have Nicholas Cruz responsible for murdering 17 people during the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida. A month before the massacre, Cruz was already preparing. He practiced with his rifle, fine-tuned his aim, and planned each step. He even recorded a video publicly stating what he intended to do. At 19, he returned to his former school armed with an AR-15 and opened fire in hallways and classrooms, killing 14 students and 3 staff members. The attack lasted only 6 minutes, but the aftermath was catastrophic. Security cameras captured terrified students running as Cruz moved through the building with calculated precision. Hours later, police body cam footage showed officers arresting him casually walking through a nearby neighborhood, blending in among survivors. He surrendered without resistance. During questioning, Cruz claimed a demon inside him urged him to kill. When left alone, he punched himself repeatedly and begged officers to end his life. Prosecutors presented overwhelming evidence at trial. Medical experts demonstrated the destructive force of the AR-15 he used. While awaiting sentencing, he even attacked a jail guard. Further proof of violent instability. Cruz pleaded guilty to 17 counts of premeditated murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. Before sentencing, he spoke to the court.
I am very sorry for what I did, and I have to live with it every day. And that if I were to get a second chance, I will do everything in my power to try to help others. And I am doing this for you, and I do not care if you do not believe me. And I love you, and I know you don't believe me, but I have to live with this every day. And it brings me nightmares, and I can't live with myself sometimes, but I try to push through because I know that's what you guys would want me to do. I hate drugs, and I believe this country would do better if everyone would stop smoking marijuana and doing all these drugs and causing racism and violence out in the streets. I'm sorry, and I can't even watch TV anymore. And I'm trying my best to maintain my composure, and I just want you to know I'm really sorry. And I hope you give me a chance to try to help others. If I believe it's your decision to decide where I go and whether I live or die. Not the jury's. I believe it's your decision. I'm sorry.
He was sentenced to life in prison, though for many families no punishment could ever feel sufficient.